drugs had completely taken over my life. I was unemployable. I was homeless. I had burned all my bridges, and
well, I've been in and out of treatment several times since I was about 15. You know, it was the first time I ever went into a treatment center. I've been to a couple other three-quarter houses. You know, Visionquest is different because, you know, they try to work with you on things, you know.
We got into heroin, and you know, it changed me into a person I thought I never would be, a person I never wanted to be.
You know, you heard that saying, when the student is ready to teach you up here. I was ready, and Visionquest was there. You know.
The overall mission of Visionquest three-quarter houses is to help individuals who struggle with substance abuse, and what we try to do is guide them into a recovery program, and we also try to give them some direction in basic life skills, and that's finding a job, maybe developing some skills with balancing money, and hopefully after they've been here for a duration of time, then they can move out on their own and take care of themselves. We're trying to get them to become independent individuals and become productive members of society. Visionquest came about, it was approximately 7 years ago. Rich, the owner, he had a son and a daughter that struggled from substance abuse, and that's where he got the idea to start these houses. And we started out with one house, and over the years we've grown one house per year. So we're up to 7 houses now, 5 men and 2 women's houses. What a three-quarter house is a place for individuals. Normally we get most of our individuals through treatment centers, drug treatment centers, and after they get out of the treatment center, they either have no place to go or are looking for a structured environment to come to when they get out of treatment, so that they don't, a lot of times they don't want to go back to their to the town that they grew up in or whatever the case may be. A lot of times we do get individuals from jails. Sometimes we do take people straight off the street, and they're looking for a structured environment and a clean, safe environment where it's drug-free and it's safe for them. Compared to other three-quarter houses, I've been fortunate with my experience. I've been to three-quarter houses throughout the state of Michigan, as well as all the way down to South Florida. I was in one down there as well, and I feel that there are a lot of good three-quarter houses throughout the United States. What we try to do at Visionquest is we do a lot of in-house meetings, and we try to guide through our own experience to help the individuals when they get here. And so I think that one difference that Visionquest does have is the amount of individuals that we do have. You know, we're a pretty large group. There's almost 75 members altogether.
I had been here one previous time in 2008 when the houses first opened up. I think there was only 2-3 houses then, and then you know, I moved out too fast. I got my own place, and I was working a lot and everything like that, and you know, history repeated itself. I went back out and I run and gun for another 5 years, and then this time I went to Sacred Heart. You know, it was just different for me. You know, I'd had enough, and so the first thing that I did when I got to Sacred Heart is I knew that the owner of Visionquest would come out there on Wednesday nights for an AA meeting, and the second that I saw him, I knew that I wanted to come back. You know, the second that I walked over there and I asked him if I could come back, he the words that came out of his mouth, I didn't even get my whole sentence out, and he was like, "Yeah, you're more than welcome to come back."
Figured I'd walk from Marine City, 26-mile road, all the way to Detroit, because I've done it before. But so I ate a whole bunch of Xanax and, you know, tried making it, but I ended up I felt so low, man, that, you know, I just laid down in the middle of the road and, you know, I prayed to get ran over. But I don't know, something else happened. You know, I got woke up by the cops, and I don't know how I didn't get ran over, but you know, they found me. They took me home. They didn't even take me to jail, but I just remember waking up the next day, like, and I didn't even like to look at myself in the mirror. So here I sit in a three-quarter house. You know, I'm coming up on 4 months clean, and that's just from going with it, you know. I don't know, I remember I couldn't even go 4 hours without, you know, using drugs. Or, you know, since being here, Visionquest, it holds me accountable, you know. If I were to try getting clean and, you know, just getting my own place, you know, I might not have 4 months.
You know, my understanding of a three-quarter house is that guys are expected to pay their own way, take care of responsibilities. They're responsible for chores and things around the house, and also keeping up their recovery. I mean, you know, it's not just a hotel or a flop house where they can just do whatever they want and lay around all day. There's expectations, and you know, and they got to be responsible for what they do and for their recovery and, you know, getting back into the mainstream. And one of the things I see successfully is some of the guys I've known to come out of three-quarter houses that have stayed there for, let's say, a period of at least 6 months to a year. They turn out being pretty successful. You know, they go back to school, they hold down jobs, they're able to get back into society.
Drugs had completely taken over my life. I was unemployable. I was homeless. I had burned all my bridges, and everybody that I was close to basically had given up on me. And then this last time in treatment, I went for myself and then heard about Visionquest and decided to give it a try because I basically didn't have any place else to go. I didn't picture myself going into a three-quarter house at 23. Like, my aspirations was to always go to college and stuff like that. So I was kind of hard on myself. Like, you know, I ended up here, you know. But today, my life is a total 180. I am a part-time student at the college out here in Port Huron. I work at a Coney Island. I have a roof over my head. I have clothes. I drive a car that's actually licensed and registered, and I have my license. I've taken responsibility for my life, and you know, by following what's been suggested to me and applying what I learned in Visionquest to my life today, you know, I'm still accountable for my shit, basically. So, you know, I'm still working on myself and on what I want my life to be, but I know I'm headed in the right direction, and I wouldn't have any of this today if it wasn't partially for Visionquest and for all the hard work I put into it.
I think what makes this program effective is that when you get a group of individuals and everybody's striving to achieve the same goal, we come together as a group, and it's the support of the members of the household that seems to carry the individual. And a lot of times the phrases that we use are, what I can't do alone, together as a group we can.
Times we don't. If we are clean today and working our program to the best of our ability, we are winners. Just for today, I will strive to fulfill my ideals. I will be a winner. Be a winner.
Yeah, I really want to get in classes. I'm only maybe 12 credits away from an associate's degree, if that. So that would be really cool to be able to accomplish that. And then, you know, eventually, hopefully, go back to Oakland University where I was, or Wayne State, you know, either one of them. But, you know, being able to progress in my life now is something that's really cool, and it's nice to be able to have that freedom. So,
you know, again, talking with you guys, you know, whenever shit gets heavy, helps me to remind myself, you know, like, we all are coming from, you know, maybe not the same story, but a place where, you know, the past is a place that isn't a good place for any of us to be living right now, you know, and that you guys, to me, are all proof that, you know, the world does have a place for us, you know, for me.
Every week we go over different goals and things that are positive in our life. And this is one of the reasons why I do it. When I got here, I had no set plan, no set goal, nothing in my life that had me in the right direction. And I think by setting up these goals, it gives us something that we can work towards, and we accomplish that, and I'm setting a new one and keep moving forward.
Serious about their sobriety, people that go to meetings and, you know, really do the steps, you know, because I need that kind of positive reinforcement, you know, and that's what I do try to do, you know, is to stay around people that have a good, clean time, that are serious about, you know, keeping the cork in the jug, you know, and how they do it, you know, and how they take life. You know, you can take away the booze, you know, but then we still got to learn how to live, you know, and you know, I get the advice of that at meetings and stuff, so I'm just grateful to be sober today, and hope everyone has a good day. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
See, this is what makes Visionquest work. It's more about just recovery. It's a family orientation that gears you to get back in touch with your family. It brings all them lost dreams that most addicts lose when they come to the three-quarter house and they find themselves on that road of recovery. You know, because we burn a lot of bridges down.
And I've also heard it described too as if you take a group of people that have survived even like the Holocaust or something like that, when you put two of those survivors in the same room, automatically there's a connection, there's a bond. And it's the same thing when you're dealing with addiction. It's the same type of bond, it's the same type of connection, where when you take an individual that has overcome the horrors of addiction and you place them with another individual that is trying to or has already overcome, they immediately have a bond. And that bond is very strong, and I think that the camaraderie that these houses bring together really is what keeps recovery flowing throughout the houses.